Petrified Forest National Park. It's one of the most accessible for those on a road trip, as you can simply find it on the side of I-40. It's a great location for a lot of visitors, and today I'll be taking you through what to do and see in a visit to Petrified Forest National Park. Before we get started, my name is Felix, and if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you could give it a like and subscribe. And now, let's get into the Petrified Forest. Petrified Forest, at least in the modern sense, is not a forest at all. Instead, it is found in a desolate part of the Arizona desert, and is renowned for its colorful landscapes and its prehistoric wood that has now been crystallized. Most visitors will and should exit off of I-40. Here, you'll find the Painted Desert Visitor Center, which includes a shop where you can buy gifts and other accessories. There's also a cafe-style restaurant in the area, and typically you can find exhibits and a movie, although these options were not available during my visit due to COVID. It's free for anyone to enter the visitor center and take a look around. However, if you would like to enter the rest of the park, the entrance fee is $25 per vehicle. We had already purchased the annual National Park Pass from Gateway Arch. Check out that video if you would like to as well, which cost us $80. If you are planning on visiting more than 3 national park sites during a trip or a year, I would highly recommend getting this pass, as it's a very economical idea. So this first viewpoint is called Tawa Point, and it shows just a small little portion of the Painted Desert. Going through the entrance gate puts you on the main park road, which stretches 28 miles through diverse landscapes. The first section of the park that you'll enter on through I-40 is known as the Painted Desert, which in fact takes up a large swath of the northeast Arizona region. This area is characterized with stunning views of the desert mesa, dry washes, mountainous buttes, and as the name implies, the various colors of the soil due to geologic periods and mineral composition. In this area, you'll also find the historic Painted Desert Inn, which is a renovated Pueblo-style building that used to house wealthy tourists. Around 10 different viewpoints along the Painted Desert rim give you unique angles of this foreign landscape. It's at this point that I should warn you about the heat in Petrified Forest. On the mid-June day that we visited, the temperature was well in excess of 100 degrees, which is common for that time of year. If you're visiting, be sure to consider the time of year and your personal ability to handle the heat. Passing through a remnant of old Route 66, which traveled through Petrified Forest, you'll take the park road over the interstate into the other side of the park, which pays more homage to its name. Across the highway is where you'll find a high concentration of the valuable and stunning petrified wood. But first up, you'll come to 2 Native American sites. Puerco Pueblo shows the remnants of a Native American village, which is really awesome and something to consider in mind. The land that we walk on has so much history and cultural importance to individuals that resided here before us, and that is something that we always need to keep in perspective. Slightly further down the road, you'll find a short pull-out to see some petroglyphs. To be honest, these are some of the most well-preserved petroglyphs that I've ever seen. Built-in binoculars allow you to glance down and see the storytelling drawings. I can't imagine what the first explorers thought when stumbling upon these. As you continue driving along the main park road, the landscape begins to drastically change as you enter the Blue Mesa. The Blue Mesa is a collection of purplish blue colored badland clay hills, carved by years of geologic and natural history, and colored through a variety of minerals including ferrous oxide. The Blue Mesa Trail, while not particularly long, is still a tricky challenge. A steep descent leads you into the valley where you can admire the incredible scenery. It's such an alien and beautiful location that is truly awe-inspiring. This is also your first chance to really see some petrified wood up close, and it's humbling to realize the hundreds of millions of years that it took for the wood to be converted into a quartz-like rock. It was only eons of geological forces that caused these dinosaur-age plants to be converted into what we see today.
Alright, so we are in the Blue Mesa region now. Look at how crazy this landscape is. It really feels like we're on an alien planet right now. And of course there is petrified wood around here as well.
The climb back up from the Blue Mesa is a kicker in 100-degree weather, as the 30% gradient slopes, while not very long, are super challenging in the high temperatures. You should always make sure to take it easy in the heat, stay topped up on water, and never take on a physical challenge that is too difficult. All of that being said, if there was one trail that you should make sure to see at Petrified Forest, this is it. After the Blue Mesa, you'll truly go into the Petrified Forest part of the park. A variety of locations like the Crystal Forest Trail and the giant logs located near the wonderful Rainbow Forest Museum allows you to see some of these incredible marvels that the park is named after. If you have time, you can explore all of the trails individually, but for those short on time, I would recommend seeing the giant logs and visiting the museum as well. These two attractions give you a short sampler of everything else that the park has to offer. The museum contains exhibits about petrified wood and its history, especially within context of the rest of geology and biology. Giant Logs, as the name implies, contains some of the longest, grandest, and most well-preserved petrified wood in the whole park. So that's it from a day trip to Petrified Forest National Park. It's not too big of a park if you're just taking the main road and not doing any backpacking, and it's a great location, as I mentioned before, for anybody taking an east to west US road trip. If you've ever visited the park, let me know about your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. Also, I have more videos on other national parks, so if you're interested, please click on them. Until next time, have a great day.